Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you even serious? What? Now we have another dead banker. And I want to thank Hans van Zon from the Netherlands, who actually got this information to me. Good work, Hans. Anyway, Belgium media is reporting that this was a banker. He was shot dead and murdered along with his wife and her 10-year-old nephew. But let me just read, give me 1 second. Here it is. According to the West Australian newspaper out of Brussels, a couple and a young boy were shot dead in an overnight attack today, Saturday, April the 19th, 2014. The couple and the young boy were all shot dead near an eastern Belgium city of, I believe it's pronounced Liege, Liege. I could be wrong. Forgive me if I am. I'd be PBV or Paul Begley vocabulary. But anyway, this Belgium city, the media reports it happened. The woman was seriously wounded in the attack near the local sports ground and died early this morning of her injuries. The boy, who was aged 9 or 10, was the woman's nephew. Of course, we do not have his name. The man who was killed was a banker, and he was murdered. Now, in this article by the West Australian, it does not say he's a banker, but in the Belgium newspaper, it says he is a banker. So, folks, this is now 28 bankers in the world who have been murdered. We know there was one not long ago in the Netherlands. We know that we've had a couple of them killed in Hong Kong, several in New York. There's been some killed in England, in London, or somewhere parts of England. We know there's been some killed in Australia. They're just all over the place. Bankers are being killed, and usually they are CEOs or president of the bank, or even high corporate vice presidents. Several have been either J.P. Morgan employees or directly linked to J.P. Morgan, either account, J.P. Morgan connected. They were financial companies, investment bankers, bankruptcy lawyer, the biggest one that J.P. Morgan had. Some of them were like capital companies that were linked with J.P. Morgan. But anyway, there's definitely something going on here, folks, as that makes 28 bankers. Now, at first, they were trying to say they were all committing suicides, jumping off buildings, what have you. But now we're beginning to see too much questioning, too many, like some guy shot himself 7 times with a nail gun. They ruled it a suicide. Are you serious? What? Are you serious? Nobody can shoot themselves 7 times with a nail gun. A couple guys were seen hanging from the rafters above their desk. A couple guys fell off a 6th floor or 30th floor buildings. These guys are being thrown off, folks. They're being murdered. Now we know one was a hit and run. A van hit and run killed him. We know that several have been shot and murdered. We know now they're being murdered. They're truly being murdered. And there's something sinister going on here in the financial banking community. That's all I can say. But the Bible talks about an unstable market. The balances are in the hand of the black horsemen of the apocalypse. And the price of wheat and barley and the oil and the wine definitely being affected by these end-time transitional markets that are teetering on the brink of bankruptcy. And so the Bible talks about this beast rising from the sea in Revelation chapter 13. It also tells us in the Word of God that there's going to be certainly a one world, or the beast will control the world, an antichrist, the ruler, his sidekick, the false prophet. We know there's going to be a one world currency that's managed by a one world system called the mark of the beast. You know, I was telling my son, who just got back from Germany after being in the army there and stationed and actually We were talking about these two books that we wrote. Of course, The Mark of the Beast, such a powerful book on the end time apocalyptic scenario, and the sequel to it, my new book just came out, Jerusalem Jihad. Now, both these books, what they do is they help frame up for you all the current world events. Who are the political players? Who are the world leaders? The formation, the Tony Blair Faith Foundation. You need to know who's in on that to try to form a one world government, including Pope Francis I, Rick Warren, and many others. Folks, I'm just telling you. They're in the process of making a Chrislam one world religion. I can't sugarcoat it. Same thing with the one world currency. Same thing with the one world leader. And a one world false prophet. So it's all coming together. And some of these bankers, these guys, if you guys remember, I interviewed a guy on my live broadcast, a financial wizard. This guy's incredible, born-again Christian, and he really understands the financial markets. He's even writing a book called, I think, The Global Reset. And it's about how 6 different times in world history has empires had control or was really driving the financial markets of the world or currencies of the world. But they got themselves off track and had to hand over the power of the economy to a new empire. It's happened 6 times. We know the Roman Empire had it and lost it. We know the Babylonians had it and lost it. We know the Ottoman Empire had it and lost it. And we know that the American Empire, we know the British Empire had it and lost it. We know the French had it and lost it. And now we know the United States of America has had it, but its dollar is dying, its debt is out of control. I got grandchildren. I've got 3 grandchildren just arrived from Germany. Are you serious? Ages 9, 7, 5. Let's just do it this way. 4, 3, 2, 1. The apocalypse. That's kind of what's going on here. But anyway, Fabian said 6 times the economy, a nation has had to actually lost control as the driving force of the economy. It's happened 6 times in history. We're getting ready to see America lose it and transfer it for the 7th time. Let me tell you, I've been praying about that. Lord, who gets the 7th? Who's the 7th empire? Who's the 7th empire? Is it China? It looks like it must be. The Lord said to me, oh no. It's the one world government or the new world order. And it's just about ready for the global reset. I'm telling you, you need to get things right with God because Jesus is coming back for the bride. You do not want to be here during those times of great wrath of God poured out upon the planet. I'll be right back with some more current world events tonight, but I wanted to get this to you. Dead banker number 28. Something sinister is going on in the financial community, and the biblical apocalypse is upon us. Give your life to Jesus Christ.